The thing about pawns, they can't move backwards. I'm not the type of person who likes to make commitments like that. Well, I'm playing the guy in first place. This is going to be serious. Like, actually, I'm going to try and protect my win streak. Playing, I don't even know how to pronounce this name. I'll play what I usually play. Let's be a lot more serious. He's an IM, so he's clearly underrated. At least on Lichess. We'll have a Taimanov. Just staying with my usual tournament repertoire. Yeah, this is one of the main like classical variations. Bishop b4. I'm assuming he knows what to do. f3 is not the most like popular move. f3, as far as I know, is a bit dubious. The main line is knight a4. Or even takes and queen d4. This is already kind of nice for black. I think there's simple ideas. I might actually go for d5 early. Also, ideas of bishop d6 can be interesting. I mean, b5 makes a lot of sense here. Really just want to play bishop e7, rook c8. Rook c8, maybe bishop d6, maybe d5 still at some point. Also ideas of knight e5 to c4. Unleash the queen and target c3 as well. And the structure, I mean, it looks solid, but it's hard to like find plans here as white. I mean, f4 is one idea, but it loses a pawn. And this knight is restricted. a4 is very interesting. Wow, a4 was not on my radar, but it's an annoying move I might have to take, which I don't really want to do. Could consider taking on c3. Some idea of like knight a5 or knight e5 still. I mean, I'm leaning towards taking, like taking bishop b7, knight b6, b6, rook d8. Yeah, the position will be, oops, let's not play the second move in the variation. Play the first move in the variation. The position will be a bit more imbalanced. A pawn could be weak. Dark squares could also be weak. But at least I'm completing development. Oh, knight c5 could actually be annoying. Yeah, somehow I think I actually just mishandled it. I was feeling good after b5, just forgot about a4. Yeah, so I could play d6 maybe? Still ideas of knight e5. Could of course take. And d5 also interesting. d5. Apply pressure. Ideas of rook d8. I think I'll play d5. There's some line where like takes, knight c5, takes, and white has two bishops versus two knights. Rook d8 and things are controlled. Whoa, I forgot the pawn was hanging, really? Okay, it's very messy now. e4 is also attacked. My bishop's attacked. I probably have to take first. That's a problem because yeah, if takes, that's not good. Okay, not a good position. think I have to take here. Okay, I'm going to be down a pawn. I'll still have some compensation, maybe some initiative. Can take here. Because e4 is still... I mean, I have two attackers. It's just a matter of dealing with the queen side. If knight takes, I play this and I hit the b2 pawn. If rook takes, I mean, same thing, basically. If rook takes, I have queen a5 even in the end. So this might actually not be so bad. Queen b7. Like queen b7, knight c5, queen takes b2. Looks okay. I mean, maybe I was just underestimating white's position earlier. This actually looks very reasonable now. Because there's basically three things which are all attacked. Now I can take on b2. Some weird lines with e5. I don't think they work. Maybe they do work. Oh no, e5, my queen can always come back. Alright, so let's take a pawn. Hitting the rook, kind of. Pawn still attacked. Thing for white is, okay, rook b1. Now queen c3 ideas. Oh, but then rook b3. Queen c3, rook b3, queen c4. Queen actually finds a nice home on c4. Right, it can't easily be attacked by really anything. I'll put more pressure on e4. I mean, these pieces are a bit fragile. The pawn is still delicate. Lots of things in white's position are delicate. And the structure actually favors black now because this pawn is just isolated. This is one happy pawn island. Queen d3 is a move. Queen d3, maybe knight e5. Takes, and then bishop and e4 are still attacked. And what else to do? Yeah, we're trading queens. We'll have some sort of positional endgame. There's some trick though. You have takes, bishop's attacked, kind of. Bishop f2, there's knight d2. So takes. I mean, white doesn't have to move the bishop. It's defended. Might see bishop g5, yeah. It's an annoying move. I have ideas of rook c8. I think this is actually okay. Rook c8. Because if takes, then white has two problems. The knight's attacked, and I'm also threatening knight d2. So what else does white do here? If knight d3, I can take. I attack this. Probably win a pawn. So we might see rook b5. Rook b5 looks very wrong though. Rook b5, maybe rook a2 eventually. Oh, rook b5, maybe knight a3 even. Oh, knight a3 is a nice move. Simple removal of the guard. So I think white's in trouble here, because there's lots of things to be worried about. The knight, the pawn, the d2 square. So knight d3. So can I take? Some funny line, like takes, and then knight d2 in the end. Otherwise I'm just winning a pawn. And if takes back, then knight takes, I attack the bishop, and knight d2 is almost guaranteed. Knight takes. mean, if rook takes, I just win a piece. If pawn takes, I fork. And then I'll be up, like the exchange at least. Okay, time is looking well. My moves should have expected that. I mean, okay, I'll be up a pawn. Can I win more? I mean, there's a few candidate moves here. There's knight d5. There's e3. No, e3 is probably bad. I mean, there's taking. Oh, then rook f takes. Wait, this is really interesting. Takes. If either rook takes, I have knight e4. Again, with knight d2 and hitting g5. Could be very nice. The thing is, if takes, then maybe I take here. More trades. Now let's start with this. Okay, so this is what I was hoping, kind of, for, assuming it works. The knight e4, I leave f7 undefended, but I hit the bishop. I mean, if the bishop moves or it was defended with h4, then knight d2. I think I'm winning material. As I stop rook g3 in the process. Yeah, this is like I'm forking a bishop and another fork. And there might be some tricks, but I'm not seeing anything for white. White would like to counterattack somehow. But okay, there's no rook f4, my knight's defended. Whoa. So I just take the bishop? Not sure if that was intentional or just a blunder. Either way, I'm just up a knight. Okay, pawns are equal, still a fight. I mean, this looks good. I mean, h4 might be coming. So I'm looking at knight e3. Where does the rook move? Maybe f4? And takes. Let's do this. And this is a time black should probably play aggressively. Because I have an extra knight. Like more attacking potential. I'm envisioning we might get some position where like these pawns get traded and I'll have to convert like rook and knight versus rook. Wait, takes, h4? I have knight f7 if necessary. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy to simplify. In these types of positions, you should trade pawns and not, or you should trade pieces and not pawns. Okay, so knight f7, there's also this move. I mean, both are probably winning. This knight f7 safety. Expecting, yeah, now white's threatening mate in 2. Oh, h5 is a move. Knight h6 is a move. Maybe h5. H-pawn's not weak. And now I have a threat of this. I'm also securing the g4 square, which will be very nice for the knight. That's actually a very annoying move. Defending and attacking. But there's no immediate threat. I just have to move quicker though. I mean, maybe I can play king h7, rook g3. Start with this. I'll play like rook a7, preventing rook e7. And now I just want to maneuver the knight to g5. Or g4. And maybe create some mating attack. Yeah, time is like the biggest issue here. And I can like cocoon, like g6, rook g7, if necessary. And also still ideas of just second rank domination. Is this winning immediately? Oh, it's so close to winning. I think it's winning immediately, actually. Rook here. If the king moves here or here, there's a fork. And if rook f1, I have this move. And white's bound to get forked. Or lose a rook. There's no rook here because I just take. Alright, that was nice. I had to stay focused. I was kind of nervous out of the opening. Like, my position looked a little bit shaky. But I was not looking at all at the chat. So I guess it really didn't make a difference if people were suggesting moves or not. Okay, good to see there's some mods here. Okay, win streak still alive. Was that 65 games, right? 65 games. Yeah, I was actually surprised he didn't really know the opening. Because anyone who studies this, at least as white, I mean, should know the main line knight a4. f3 is kind of an amateur type move, but maybe it's playable. But we can see, like, Master's database doesn't entirely approve. Yeah, knight b3. Ah, d5 immediately. d5 immediately, can white take? Oh, rook d8, fancy. Very fancy. Yeah, b5 was probably the wrong, just bad timing. So I think a4 is like actually really strong. And white might actually just be better here. Like, okay, we can check Stockfish. Stockfish. Okay, maybe doesn't entirely know. Did I play the best line? Takes, and d5, yeah? Oh, bishop d6 I didn't even consider. That's such a weird move. I know it's playable in other types of positions. d5. Or no, oh, I played bishop b7. And this was probably just bad because I just forgot, like, the white can get the bishop pair. Then things got messy. And of course, Stockfish, like, would crush here probably. Like c3, yeah. And yeah, white just wants a position where, like, things open up and white grabs the bishop pair and a6 is still weak. Alright, anything else to talk about? I mean, after the position kind of... What happened? The position... Like, after queen takes b2, I was feeling very good. And then the conversion was, I think, relatively smooth. Actually, the tactical ideas were nice. I think even starting with this sequence, like knight e5, every move I have a threat. Like takes, just wanting to take the bishop, threatening to win the pawn. Like keep initiative. And then, yeah, so I won the pawn here. And then this move I was happy to find this even before taking. Because it also works here, like hitting this and this. And knights are tricky. This is just winning for black, I assume. Yeah. Okay, I'll probably put that on YouTube. I am versus I am. Sergey Klimenko. Interesting. Yeah, for the YouTube audience, thanks for watching. For the Twitch audience, do I play one more game?